This video is brought to you by Shop Controller. Shop Controller handles all aspects of running an auto shop from appointment to invoice.
Manage jobs with custom workflows, statuses, and categories. It can help you get paid faster and gain access to accurate labor times.
Hundreds of shops use Shop Controller. Check them out in the link below. This is the Toyota that you completely forgot existed. This is a 1997 Paseo convertible with a 5-speed. And today, Tommy and I are going to look at this car and show you everything that makes it a little different.
Case, I don't remember the last time I saw a Paseo. Why don't you explain what this vehicle is?
This is a compact front-wheel drive front-engine car that Toyota made from 1991 to 1999. This particular 97 is a second-generation model, and 97, like this car, is the last year that you could have gotten one of these in the US.
So nowadays, we kind of associate convertibles with high-performance sports cars.
Yeah. Vehicles
that'll do 155 miles an hour on the Autobahn. That's not what the Paseo is.
It'll do 112.
Okay. But my point is, the Paseo is based on the Tercel.
Yeah.
Which is not a vehicle known for its performance. It's a vehicle known for its longevity and its affordability. But this came from an era where just about every manufacturer had to make an affordable two-door version of a four-door sedan.
Yeah, and this was one of Toyota's offerings. I mean, they had other convertibles of the era, of course, but why don't we take a look under the hood and see what powers this beast. I didn't actually practice opening this hood before rolling the camera. Oh, but it's easy to get to. 1.5 liter, 16 valve, 4-cylinder, 93 horsepower, Tommy, and a 5-speed manual on this one.
Wow. So the wheelbase on this vehicle, Case, 93.7 inches, overall length 163. And this is the first Paseo that could be had with a convertible top.
Yeah, so it was only the second generation that they did it with a convertible top, which is a little unfortunate because I actually really like the styling on the first gen, but definitely this one being a convertible makes it a little unique. These cars are also crazy light. They weigh around 2,200 pounds, so it's a very small, lightweight car in a way that modern cars, you really just would have a hard time getting any modern car that lightweight.
And the claim to fame is this was the lowest price convertible in the US for 1997, coming in at $15,426. Now, you gotta remember, this was an era, like I said, where there were a lot of affordable two-doors and convertibles, like the Nissan 200SX, there was the Saturn. Think of vehicles like the Honda Del Sol,
yep.
Right? Now, Paseo means what?
It means a walk, apparently, in Spanish. I don't actually speak Spanish, but it does
stroll, yeah.
Stroll, yeah. It does have a cool logo. And Tommy, why don't you show off the interior? Because this rounded exterior, it's getting a little more retro over time, but I don't think it's the highlight of this car.
No, the interior is definitely the coolest part of the Paseo. So, look, I think there's a lot of folks out there that were around in the 90s that don't consider this car a classic because they were cheap, affordable, semi-fun transportation. But now in 2024, stuff like this floor mat with the multicolored turquoise, purple, and pink logos. This seat design that looks like it could be from the side of a Dixie cup. This makes this car a classic now.
Yeah, those are alone pretty cool. And then of course we've got the 5-speed manual on this particular one. The rest of the interior could use a little color if I had any critique. It's very plasticky, very gray.
Did you see the gauges though? This was a cool thing on the second gen Paseos, is you had a gray on white dashboard, which was very performance.
Also on this car, under 10,000 miles. So this vehicle comes out of Toyota's classic vehicle collection. So we're right now in Plano, Texas, and this car is from their warehouse, so it's very low miles, mint condition.
Amazing. I mean, it's so cool to be able to see. And this was a car that not a lot of people preserved, right? This was a great college car. This was a fun car to cruise around in the early 2000s, but they weren't considered collector's items. They were kind of like a disposable camera. You would use them to 300,000 miles, never change the oil, and then throw it away when it broke. So to see one that doesn't have any tears in the seat, that still has its original floor mats, that's in perfect condition, it's pretty unusual.
This is a manufacturer-owned car. It will never be sold. If someone put one of these on Bring a Trailer, Could you imagine, Tommy? People would lose it.
It's actually aged pretty well. And then out back, my favorite part, I do love the little deck spoiler back here.
Oh, well, you got to have that.
Overall, design-wise, Paseo is cool now, and I think it's time to take it for a drive. The Toyota Paseo, now this car comes from the Toyota collection, and some of these cars are donated, some of them are held on to by Toyota, some of them are sold to Toyota. This car with this mileage, I wouldn't be surprised if this car has never been sold.
Yeah, under 10,000 miles in a car this age, it's definitely not been driven a whole lot, and I'm sure especially not recently. I got to imagine we're some of the first people to drive this in, well, quite a few years, I would guess. I don't think there's a lot of people clamoring to pull a Paseo convertible out of the collection, but joke's on them because this car's cool.
This thing is awesome. So what does it drive like? Obviously not a high-powered automobile, but with the manual transmission, is it a cool experience? Like, is it something noteworthy?
Well, it's unsurprising. It drives like a 90s economy car. It's got a very light clutch. It's got a very easy shift on the manual transmission. And of course, I'm not going to get on it hard. And this car's been in storage for a long time, and it's a museum car. We're going to be very ginger with it, but you can definitely tell, I think these tires have some flat spots.
I think so.
Yeah.
But look, here's the thing, right? With a fresh set of tires and maybe an oil change, I don't have any doubt this car could drive across country, and even the AC. Do you feel that?
The AC is blowing colder than a freezer.
Blowing cold. I mean, look, this car, right, I think didn't sell well for a number of reasons. If you were looking for an economy car, there's a good chance it was your only car.
Yeah.
So you might want a few doors.
Yeah, something a little bigger, more spacious.
Not a convertible.
No.
Right. And if you wanted a convertible as like a second or third car, there's probably a good chance you had a little bit more money, or you wanted something 2 doors, 2 seats, a very fun driving experience like an MX-5.
Yeah.
Right. So this is not a driver's car.
What's funny to me about this car is I think if this car was rear-wheel drive or even all-wheel drive, or if it had a hood scoop and it was Japanese market only, people would be clamoring to find these and spending tens of thousands of dollars on them. But they're fairly mild cars. There's nothing really too crazy about the design of this. That being said, if I could find one of these in this condition for a reasonable amount of money, I'd drive this. I
would totally rock this. The thing is cool, and part of what makes this car cool now is they are rare, right?
Oh, yeah.
Especially in good condition. I mean, I can't remember the last time I saw a Paseo at all, let alone a convertible, let alone one with 10,000 miles on it. It just, that's a combo that doesn't exist anymore.
Absolutely.
Right? And it's kind of a shame because I'm kind of digging the Paseo case.
What do you think? What are the chances that this is the lowest mile Paseo convertible in the States?
Very high.
It's possible.
What are the chances this is the only Paseo convertible in the
States? With under 10,000 miles, yeah, for sure.
No, I think that case, this is a fun car. Really grateful that Toyota let us take it out for a little spin and check it out. And if you want more info, Case, on these cars, be sure to follow us at TFL Classics here.
Yeah.
Or head over to alltfl.com where we got a full range of videos.